Hello, my name is Simon Bomey, and let's learn how to use Legaler to create breakout rooms for your mediation, arbitration, or negotiation. The very first thing we're going to do is launch Legaler. We're going to press the button up here in the upper right-hand corner, and this will take you to your dashboard. So you'll recognize your meetings. I have an upcoming team meeting. Here are the pages, activity, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to the left, and we're going to go to meetings, press meetings. You're going to see a plus sign up here, press that, and we're going to schedule a meeting. So we're going to set up the different caucus rooms for our mediation. I'm going to press the subject. I'm going to say joint session, and I'm going to call this Lee versus Fitzgerald. Project is essentially matter, so we could have the Lee v. Fitzgerald project, which essentially is a matter. We can put that right there. For attendees, you can search by name or email. I'm going to put the CEO of Legaler right there. And I'm also going to add someone else. I'm going to add a old email of mine. So I'm going to suggest a time now. I'm going to go right here, and I'm just going to put a chunk of time right there. We're going to put a chunk of time right here, 9 a.m. to 11:30. We're going to save that. We're going to keep the privacy private. Also, the video is going to be on. You can add an agenda. I'm not going to add an agenda. We're just going to send the invites. And that's all you have to do. The link for the meeting access is right here. So you can copy and paste right here, right where to the right of private. You can copy and paste that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing for the breakout rooms. I'm going to schedule the meeting. This time I'm going to have Lee room, Lee party only. We can again add the project. Attendees, how about for this, for the Lee room, it's Stevie. I'm going to suggest a time, and I'm going to use the same exact time right here to create the breakout session. I'm going to save that. Again, we can add an agenda. The parties already know what we're going to be discussing, so and there's no need for that. I'm going to send the invites right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here, schedule a meeting. Now we're going to do the Fitzgerald room. Fitzgerald, party only. Attendees, this time we'll use my old backup email. Suggest a time. Again, we're going to do the same time right here. We're going to save that. Make sure privacy is private. Meeting type Legaler, send invites. And there we go. So right now we have the joint session, we have the Lee room, and we have the Fitzgerald room. So the very first thing we're going to do, and when the mediation is ready to start, you're going to click on the joint session. Now, the example I'm using for this mediation case is that first you're going to have a joint session, then you're going to have a breakout sessions, and then the mediation will end. So I'm just going to go here. Hopefully all the parties will have accepted the time, and you're going to press Start Meeting. Yes, it's okay. We're going to start early. And hello, that's me. We're going to press Join. And this is what many of you may be familiar with, is the Legaler Meet. This is where we have our conversations, where you can have a virtual mediation, you can have a virtual arbitration, virtual negotiation. So here we can share the screen, we can record what's going on. Of course, in a mediation, we're not going to record. We can chat, we can share documents, you can click and drag documents directly into this white space. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this meeting for everyone, because at least when I'm hosting a mediation, I typically don't bring the parties back together at the end. But if you did want to keep this meeting running, because you do want to bring the parties at the end, what you do is you would press Leave instead of End. By pressing Leave, you allow the meeting to still run. and you can bring the parties back to it eventually. If you end it, it's completely ended. So because we're not going to have an ending session with all the parties together, I'm just going to press end. So I'm going to exit right here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Lee room. So I'm going to start this now. I'm going to start early. Again, familiar steps. And right here, I can have a private conversation. I can have a confidential conversation with the Lee party. Let's say it's a landlord-tenant issue. This is the landlord, the landlord's lawyer. We're going to have a conversation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to not end it this time because I want the landlord and the landlord's tenant to continue talking. And here they can have confidential conversation. So I'm going to leave the meeting. And what I'm going to go back to is the Fitzgerald room. But before I do that, it's important that you first notify the parties that you are about to enter the room. And this is a really outstanding knock-knock feature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to message all attendees. And so see right here, Simon, I'm the mediator, and Simon, my backup email. I'm going to say, hello, is it okay if I enter the room? And because this is the tenant party, theoretical tenant party, they know that I'm talking with the Lee party, the landlords. They will be on Legal Alert, and they will have the expectation to wait for my message. So let's say they give me the thumbs up. They say yes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Fitzgerald room. I'm going to start this early, and boom. Now I'm able to have a conversation with the tenant party, the Fitzgerald party. And here I can have this conversation again. You can see the chat history right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Lee room, and I'm going to message them and say, you know, it sounds like we have a deal. May I enter the room? Assuming they all said yes, I'm going to go back to the meetings right here. I'm going to go in the Lee room. I'm going to go back to the meeting, and I'm going to tell them, hey, we have reached an agreement. Good news for everyone. Once we've reached an agreement, we have thumbs up from all the parties, and maybe it requires a few more times of me leaving, going back and forth, going into the Fitzgerald room, pressing back to meeting, and again join. You always want to make sure you use that chat function before you go in. You know, remind the parties so you don't interrupt privileged conversation. Once you finally reach the conclusion and you're ready to end the mediation or the negotiation, you again press this red button in the lower right-hand corner, and you press end. And that closes this room for everyone. Going back to the meetings, go to upcoming. We're going to close the Lee room now. I'm going to go back to the meeting to remind them that, you know, say congratulations, we've reached a agreement. I'm going to go here, end the meeting. And that is how you create breakout rooms while using Legal Alert. Thank you.